What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Cocteau Twins. And we're beginning the next chapter in this larger journey. Once again, big thank you to Han Solo, who shared a great many Cocteau Twins releases, as well as the folks who've been commenting who indicated clearly that Victorialand from 1986 is the next stop in our journey. So yes, I suppose this relates to the Australian, do they call them provinces? I forget what they're called, but yes, I'm aware of a Victorialand down there. There are likely other Victorialands within the Commonwealth in particular, maybe other places. But yes, that would be my initial thought. In any case, the first track is Lazy Calm, which is not necessarily redundant. Lazy and calm come at a state of intensity and or energy from different angles, but they certainly complement each other well. It makes me think of words like placid, mellow, tranquil, so I wouldn't be surprised if the sonics are in that ambient vein, though of course it could be about whatever words Elizabeth is singing, though, as I've learned over the course of the Cocteau Twins journey, those words may or may not relate to a story or even a scene necessarily, but could be about phonetics and sound within the soundscape of the tune. In any case, let's hear it. This is Lazy Calm by the Cocteau Twins, and it's the first track on their 1986 album, Victorialand. very ambient and beautiful, and yes, lazy calm, although when that double kick and that pulsing bass came in along with Fraser's vocals, it definitely gave the tune a bit more energy, though certainly not in any fast or intense way. But yes, the opening, I don't know, 2-3 minutes was very much the ambient soundscape I may have expected, though to be fair, there were these lush and ambient chords that kept sweeping through, but there was also that, I don't know, metallic, there was like this more kinetic type sound, though it was echoed and blurry in a way that made that a bit ethereal as well, even if it had a slightly more like tangible and again sort of metallic quality relative to the lush soundscape that was happening at the same time. But yes, then we eventually get this double kick, pulsing bass in conjunction with vocals that I really didn't hear any words clearly. Maybe she was singing them, but they felt more like melodic vocals. I like those cascading, spilling vocals that she would do that would then sort of swoop at the end of the line. And it feels like, that type of rhythm where she has these circular while they're still moving melodically type of flourishes. That's something that Fraser does very, very well, and I thought it was lovely here because it was this soft and delicate articulation of that. So yes, again, it feels like this is what it says in the title. It is mellow and smooth and tranquil and calm and warm and fuzzy all at the same time. If there is some deeper concept here, I doubt there's a narrative per se, or even necessarily a full visual scene. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yes, it feels like this is largely a sonic vibes type of tune, and I do love those ambient chords and sort of pad sounds, which I'm a big fan of ambient, even more narrowly psybient or psychedelic ambient, which is sometimes mixed with down-tempo percussion schemes. But yes, this is very much in a territory that I'm quite fond of. So yes, a very rich and lovely opener. Curious to hear what people have to say. Once again, shout out to Mr. Solo for sharing the Cocteau Twins catalog, as well as Doug, who shared Treasure. And yes, let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.